Well, hey everybody, it is Romania Black, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it feels weird having my hair up for a reaction. I usually never do that, but it is freaking hot outside. It's so warm. It has been a heat spell, and I refuse to turn my air conditioner on for a couple reasons. One, because I want to keep my electricity bill down for this month as long as I can. And two, there's supposed to be a cold front come in. It's like really hot and humid today, and there's supposed to be a cold front come in after tomorrow. And I'm like, I don't want to turn my air conditioner on when it's going to drop down to like 70s right after that. So I'm like, I'm just going to sweat it out. But you know what? That heat is worth it because we are starting a new season of Natsume's Book of Friends. Oh my God. Oh, I'm so excited. We are on season 6. Season 6. There's only 7 seasons. I remember, I'm sure I'll talk about when I get to season 7, but I remember when I started out this series, season 7 was about to start. And I was like, man, it'll take forever to get there. And we're already on season 6. So okay. Now, I have told people during the OVA reactions that I'm not going to be talking about the manga today because I have been told by the moderators that I can't cover the manga for season 5 or parts of season 6 until I reach episode 6 of the season. Then I can read volumes 13, 14, 15, and 16. So that's my plan. We'll get there when we get there, but I'm pretty excited once we get to that point there. But I have a couple comments I want to talk about before they are related to the season 5 finale and the first OVA before we dive into this season 6 episode 1. But I am excited. Yes. So let's get into these comments. The first one is from Zur Leaker Joseph. I hope I said that right. You said it's Zur Leaker Joseph. I think that is correct. If I am wrong, I apologize. But Zero Leaker Joseph said that the mid-ranks just love Natsume so much. They never cared about the Book of Friends. They never ever even mentioned it. And anything that Natsume needs, they'll get it for him. They helped Natsume look for Sui, the evil tree spirit, in season 2, episode 2. They gave him the poison healing berries when the fluffball Karu poisoned him from panic in season 4, episode 3. How is that season 4? That feels like yesterday. And they were ready to go to war when Natsume was kidnapped in season 4, episodes 1 and 2. And now they worked so hard to get him the fever medicine in the season 5 finale. If that's not true love, I don't know what is. Our old man Yowie couple coming in. I can't believe that some of those incidents being in season 4 and we're on 6. Wild. Time is wild. Zier also says, I always thought that Natsume needed to give Tanuma Notorious contact in case of emergency, since Tanuma and Taki would be the only ones who'd be able to notice if Natsume got in trouble with the yokai. Although, come to think about it, Sensei would probably be able to find Notori himself anyway, huh? But would he? Or would he just try to solve it himself? At this point, regardless of whether Madara had or didn't have relations or feelings for Reiko, I just view him as Natsume's grandpa anyway. Yeah, we don't know about the whole story yet. We'll see what we get out of this series. But Madara is pretty much like a grandpa to Natsume regardless, whether it's real or not. And then, yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of torn about that because on the one hand, yes, I think that Taki and Tanuma would probably need Notorious contact info. But then on the other hand, would Natsume want them involved? But then, shouldn't they be involved? So that opens up a whole can of worms. We'll see if anything like that happens, right? These are all hypotheticals. We'll see if anything like this happens for season 6 and 7. And then if you remember, the scene with the little yokai that mistook him for Reiko in his fever dream, that was the first scene that ever appeared in episode 1 of season 1, the exact same. Such a bookend for this season. This season has had so many callbacks to previous seasons. I know this series builds and builds upon itself, but it has been kind of crazy how much was called back in season 5. And that's kind of one of the reasons that I loved it, was for that reason. Sunspot says for the season 5 OVA number 1, Natsume is such a sweet and natural curiosity. He not only wanted to hear and see the process of the yokai making the bowls, the cups, but he also wanted to get involved. This episode links so well to the season 5 finale. Now I have been told by the moderators at this point that there are only two-parters in this season, which is still a bit. One two-parter is going to be for episodes 3 and 4. So very soon. Very soon. And then the others are going to be for episodes 10 and 11, which are the season finale. So this is another 11 episode season. But then there are 2 OVAs that happen after that. So that's good. So it's kind of like season 5. We have an 11 episode season and then 2 OVAs. And then I haven't seen what's past that yet. What's past the OVAs. If there's something in between the OVAs and season 7. I haven't looked yet, but oh my God. I can't believe we're on season 6. I can't believe we're on season 6. It's crazy. So yeah, I am sweating it out, y'all, but that's okay because we have Natsume's Book of Friends and that makes it all worth it. So we have a new OP. We have a new ED. I always have loved the ED. The ED has been amazing from start to finish of the season, but the OP grew on me. And by the end of it last week, I was kind of sad that it was gone. I was like, it sucks. We're not going to have the ED anymore. But y'all, so yeah, we've got some things to get ready for, including a new OP, and I'm super excited. So I've got everything set up. We should be ready to go. But we're not going to waste any more time. Thank you all so much for joining me on my journey with Natsume's Book of Friends and for commenting. There's been so many comments the last few weeks with the series. And I think everybody's starting to get to where I'm caught up with everyone and it's getting more exciting. And season 6 just going to be, I'm so giddy waiting to see what's going to happen. So let's not waste any more time. We're going to start episode 1 of season 6 of Natsume Yuujinchou, Natsume's Book of Friends. And we're going to do that here in 3, 2, 1. And let's see this new OP. Oh, hello, montage. Come on, montage. Get it. Oh, and Reiko. Oh, my God. What is this animation? Roku. Okay. I'm assuming that means 6. Oh, with him being a little baby and so sad. You've been holding out on us, show. You've been holding out on us, this animation. And the dandelions. Oh, she looks gorgeous. You've held out, Natsume. You saved the budget. Okay, this is 2017. How is this 7 years ago? 8 years ago? How? How is so 2017 almost 8 years ago? What the fudge? Oh. Is there going to be a lot of Natsume and Reiko focus this season? I will be here for it. Oh. I will be here for it. What was Madara getting scared at? We'll see this OP multiple times. The Reiko, Madara, and Natsume focus is not beating my allegations of Madara being the grandpa. It's not beating my allegations. That OP is amazing! I love that OP. It's gorgeous. Gotta start out the season with that reiteration. It seems this was a year later, though, so this came out fairly after season 6. Oh, man, those little twins. Right. Oh, Tanuma and Taki? Oh, are we getting Tanuma and Taki in the season premiere? Please, yes. Are these yokai getting it on? Do you need to see this? Oh, no. It wouldn't be so lewd in Natsume's Book of Friends. The Days Eater. Ooh. Well, how should I know? Oh, but before we get involved, yep, it looks like he's perfectly fine. Ah, bitch. No. Oh, no. Is he going to follow them now? Oh. Ooh, interesting. But I guess I got stuck. As you can see, I'm not anyone suspicious, says someone who's clearly suspicious. Yes! Yes! We're in on the same thing. Oh my god. Ooh. Oh. Oh, bitch. The Days Eater. Oh. Ooh. Oh, oh no. No, 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 no. No, no. Wait, wait. No, nope. Let's not do that. Don't try anything. By restore your youth, do you mean you're going to turn him back into a little kid? Oh my god, it is. Oh my god. Ah! Oh no! Oh no! Oh, does he not remember? Oh no, he doesn't remember. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that's even worse. Oh no. Oh no. I'm not a Tanuki. I love that he's like, that's what I have to focus on right now. Uh-huh. Oh. Oh no. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. That sounds about right. Uh. Oh my. Oh no! Now, come on now. With completely average grades. Oh my god. That's the truth from his perspective. But what if Toko and them see him? Yeah, right? They won't be. He will hurt you. Yes. You could. Oh my god, that's what he thinks! Ah! Oh my god, no! No, take him to Tanuma. Tanuma and then we'll understand. Oh my god, nope. Nope, that's not a good idea either. Oh my goodness. No, don't do that. Oh. That you don't know well. There we go. Great timing, actually. Do something! Oh my god. Oh. Well, that would be the ideal thing to think. You may find this hard to believe, but yeah, that's a great question. I'm assuming so, otherwise we won't have season 6. Okay. Oh. Yes. Oh, in the shadows. Wow. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Oh my God. Oh. Oh my gosh, like Kid Him couldn't believe he had friends. Oh my God, shut up. Oh. 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 He's like such a little kid there. He's gonna be like, what, 5 or 6? Okay. Yeah, here we go. Oh, yes. Yeah, like way back in season 2 or 3. Yeah. Oh, wow. We're connecting everything from the other seasons to this one. Oh. 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 Oh, bless. Oh, bless. Oh. Hmm. Hmm. Probably because you're not scared. The cat monster. Well, you know how Natsume works. Oh. Oh, interesting. Oh. Okay. Okay. Of course, because that's like not quite immortality, but close. He got thanked. Hmm. I love he's working this out. Yes. Okay. Oh. Oh. Right. True. Right. Okay. I'll go find him. Oh, wow. Ah, sure, sure. That's the reason. That's the reason. Oh. Oh. I love that he looks back. He looks back at him. Oh, wow. That's how she knows. Right. It would have been a bad deal, basically. Mm-hmm. You can definitely be there to support Natsume. You're his friends. Uh-huh. Right. So be prepared. Aw. 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 Like he naturally is a scared little kid. Oh, no. Oh my God. Uh, what a pain. I'm surprised he hasn't turned into his other form. He'd live longer. But then, yeah. True. Oh. Oh. Oh, there we go. Yada yada. You could have had the Book of Friends, but you decided not to. Oh. So maybe Tanuma doesn't cook for himself a lot. Oh. Yeah, it is a certain kind of onion. Oh. Oh, yeah, let's not use the knife. You're scaring me. Aw. And he was wanting to cook with his friends anyway. Aw. Aw. Did he remember where it was? Yeah, because you've been there before. You have been. Nope. Oh. Nope. No. No way. That's not true. Oh, true. Bullshit. Oh my God. Oh. Oh, don't, honey. How about we don't? No. Oh. Oh no. Oh. Oh, sweetheart. Oh. Oh. Oh no. Oh, oh, don't go out. Don't go out. Oh my God. Oh. Oh my God. Oh my God. And all this stuff there. Yeah. Oh. Oh. The room with the lake. Oh. 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 Mm. Uh. Oh. Oh. get those cupcakes, Taki? Where'd you get them cupcakes? That's what it was for. Okay. Yes, that's what the whole plan was today. And it ended up happening anyway. Oh. 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 Yeah, I love this room with the lake reflection. Oh. Wow, and then him telling them that. Yes. Oh. Oh. Hmm. Oh. I don't know. I don't know how that works. But they'll remember. Oh. Oh. There you are. Uh-huh. Oh, you were from before. Everything's wrong. Oh. 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 Shut up! Shut up! We're just kind of stuck together. Oh. Oh. Oh my God. Not gonna make me cry, show. Not in the season premiere. We're only in episode 1. How dare you think you're gonna make me cry? I love that we're not friends. We're just kind of stuck together. Ah. I feel like friends is not the quite friendship is not the label for him and Nyanko-sensei. I don't think it is. No. Oh. Oh, I love the voice of this singer. Yes. Oh. And Natsume and Nyanko. Aww. 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 Okay. Dang it, season 6. Right out the gate? Right out the gate. Okay. All right. We get Taki and Tanuma right out the gate, and we get Natsume and Heartbreak and him and Madara. Oh, let me just say, this OP, I know it's one of those OPs that doesn't really have any contextual spoilers. It looks like it's mainly Natsume, Reiko. I guess maybe there's a little bit of spoiler of what happened in this episode, but it's mainly Natsume, Reiko, and Madara. Oh, I love this OP. This OP is gorgeous. I was just like, oh, you've been saving all that budget from the season 5 OP to use in this one. Okay, Natsume. All right. Oh my God. Gorgeous. Stunning. Right off the bat, this first opening episode, because I find that Natsume's Book of Friends every season, this series is so great for anybody to watch, because it's not one of those seasons where it ends on a cliffhanger and you've got to pick up where it left off. And it's not like all the battles shown in and other. There's a lot of series I watch on this channel that if a new season starts like 2 years later, I've got to go back and rewatch to figure out, okay, who were these characters? What ended up happening? And I usually remember a lot of them. I'll be like, what was the big thing that happened at the end of this season? We got to restart. It's been a couple of years. I've done other things. Natsume is one of those special series that you can just start a season. Doesn't matter what season. And within one episode, you will be caught up and know what's going on. And it just, I love that about it. And this season, we had to introduce, Madara and Natsume, his two best friends, Taki and Tanuma, and we had to establish what yokai are, what the abilities are, everything. But at the same time, even though anybody can pick up at any given episode, this one starts out and it's building off of all the prior seasons. And it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. This episode, I was just in awe. I was in awe by the entire time. So yeah, so basically this episode starts out where Natsume was going to bring Dango for Taki and Tanuma and for them to all hang out at his house and have a friendly get together. And guess who ate all the food? Madara. Of course he ate all the food. So Natsume was going to go find some snacks to bring back to the house. And on the way, they stumble across this bridge where they hear some things. He's like, oh, well, Toko bought them for me because she said they were really good. Your guests are just that Tanuma kid and that Taki girl, right? Give them lollipops or caramel or something. And he's like, no. So as they're going, they hear the sound under the bridge, and it's the Days Eater. And he is a yokai that has the power to grant youth or make you older, which is wild. What a crazy thing. Like, I'm surprised Matoba hasn't been stalking him the last 3 seasons, because he seems like a pretty powerful yokai. Although his ability isn't really for fighting, it's just a random gift that he can give. I think it's important to establish, though, that the gift of youth and immortality and all of that, I kind of like the way that's framed in this episode, because it really is something that I like, that there's a monkey's paw. Like, he makes Natsume into a kid, but Natsume can't remember anything. It's like he reverses time and goes back to how he was, but he doesn't remember anything that's happened since he was a certain age, which is like 5 years old. But then on the other hand, when he goes back to being normal, he doesn't think that he'll remember what happened that day. But I like that Tanuma and Taki are like, but we'll remember. I also like that there is some growth with Natsume right off the bat this season, which is important to note, because normally in seasons past, before season 5, Natsume would be like, let's just help any old yokai that needs some help, and doesn't quite think twice about it. But in season 5, we had all of the incidents with the ceiling, with the exorcists, and this first episode of season 6 shows that it has had a clear impact on Natsume. Natsume is on his guard, and he's like, Sensei, do you think we should help this yokai, or do you think he's been sealed and we need to just let him be? That's huge. That's a really significant piece of growth for Natsume to not only ask Madara for his opinion, but to also be like, hey, if this yokai is sealed, then Notori or somebody did it for a reason, and we probably need to leave him alone. That's a big step of growth for him. And they were going to just leave him be and leave, which again, the fact they were going to just walk away, unheard of in Natsume territory. I was like, man, okay, growth. But the yokai follows him, and he's like, as you can see. I love whenever the show translates to being like, as you can see, I am a traveler. As you can see, I'm not anyone suspicious. And I was with Madara 100%. I was like, oh, only suspicious people say they're not suspicious. But Natsume ends up helping. He ends up helping, and I like the Days Eater design. It's like a knot on a tree, which is so cool. And, you know, trees being a symbol of life and everlasting and all that. So, yeah, and then he gives him his youth back. I'll restore your youth. There's so many interesting conversations in this where you have Madara, who, now that Natsume has been turned into a kid, if Madara didn't care, he could have taken the Book of Friends for himself, but he didn't. And when the Days Eater comes back and asks him, he says, well, you know, human lives are so fickle and so fleeting. Now he's gained more days. Aren't you happy? Aren't you going to celebrate that? And Madara's like, but that's not what he wanted. And if he can't remember all those times we've had previously, what's the point? And it's like, oh, he doesn't say that directly, but that's kind of the point that he gets at. And it's just like, Madara would never say that him and Natsume are close. He would never admit it. He's too proud. But at the same time, it's like when Natsume asks, are we friends? I don't think friend is a term that can describe what him and Nyanko-sensei are. I think it's more than that. It's not anything romantic. It's not anything soulmate-wise, but it's not quite family. Madara could say family. I thought Madara was going to say family. I thought he was going to say, no, we're not friends, we're family. But he doesn't go that far. He just says, we're just kind of stuck together. Oh, it's so good. It's so good, Natsume. So he becomes a kid, and naturally Madara's like, well, I don't know what to do. And so he's like, Natsume, and he's like, well, how do you know me? What's crazy is even without his memories, Natsume as a little kid is frightened, easily scared, cautious, and sad because his childhood has been, you know, not a great time. He's lost his parents. He's been shuffled around house to house. He's always been able to see yokai, and it's never done him any good. It's only brought him misfortune. So Natsume has had a horrible childhood, and a horrible childhood to the point where he can't believe he has friends as a young adult. That's how sad it is. And I wanted to cry for him when he was questioning whether Taki and Tanuma were his friends or not, and whether he was at a stable household. Like, it just like he almost couldn't believe it. Now, I'm very glad that eventually Taki and Tanuma came around, because I was worried. At first, it's like, oh, we'll just go home and figure out the problem. But yeah, how are you going to explain to Toko and Shiguru what's going on? And I like that Madara's like, when Natsume gets back to normal, he'll kill me if I do that. So naturally, he's like, we just need to find Taki and Tanuma, and then they show up, right? I like that Madara goes through all of the checks of if you have a concussion. Do you know what today's date is? What the time is? And he's like, no. He's like, okay, all my memories are confused. And Madara tries at first to do the whole, I saved your life, you're my servant, and goes through his like life up until this point. Natsume being such a gloomy little sarcastic kid is so crazy, especially with how kind and gentle he is as a young adult. Oh my God. He's like, we probably don't need to explain this to him or I'll never eat again. Then he decides if he should ask Notori. And Madara thinks Notori is such an idiot that he would be like, a child, what should I feed him? Milk? And he's like, no, he wouldn't be useful at all. I love Notori like goes out to the side of him. He's like, you're so rude. I love Madara thinks Notori is such an idiot. He would think that Natsume is a baby. Oh my God. Well, it's probably better if he wasn't involved because that could have attracted yokai. And then the mid-ranks, I like that again, Madara considers Natsume's health because the mid-ranks would try to help, but their help would be probably more harm than good. So he's like, no. And of course, This version of Natsume, because he's been doing it since he was a kid, is like, I'll figure things out on my own. And I love all the callbacks of Tanuma and Taki being like, no, we're not gonna let you do this by yourself. We're here with you to support you. We're gonna help you through it. Just reestablishing that support network that he has. Oh, y'all. Oh, y'all. This season already coming out the gate. And that's when they both show up. There is a little bit, I guess, if you wanted to ship Tanuma and Taki, this is the episode for you. Because Tanuma and Taki, if you want to ship them together, they kind of do act like husband and wife taking care of their kid in this episode, which I like Tanuma and Natsume as a couple. And I like, I like Tanuma and Natsume as a couple. I view Natsume and Taki more as friends. I'm not opposed to shipping Tanuma and Taki. I could ship them together. They were super cute in this episode, and they kind of gave off. There were parts of the episode where I was sitting there thinking they give off like they could be husband and wife vibes. But then there were other parts of the episode where they gave off just friends watching after their friend vibes. So it was a totally different thing. So yeah. And I like that Tom was like, is it okay for you to talk this loud? And they think that Natsume is a brother. But I also like that since they have been around yokai enough the last several seasons, that this development doesn't freak them out. They're just like, oh, okay, well, we need to fix him. So until then, let's take him to Tanuma's house because it's big enough. That one shot of Tanuma and Taki and Madara in the light and little kid Natsume is in the dark. That's like all you need to do. That's like that symbolism in itself of Natsume being in this dark depression and not thinking that it's possible for there to be a light at the end of the tunnel. Oh my God. Like the symbolism is so straightforward, but it's so effective. And he's like, we know you can see yokai. And when he says that, Natsume freaks out a little bit. But he's like, you're close enough to tell us that. And of course, Madara's just sitting there with his eyes closed behind them like, this is going to be yada yada. This is going to be a problem. But yeah, he's like such a sad little kid. And I love that Taki and Tanuma, they're so gentle with him. They're so kind. They're so understanding. They're patient with him. They work through it with him. It's just, oh my God. I love it so much. I love it so, so much. And then he gets to the field. And when Taki was like, yeah, we made flower crowns here. I'm like, that was like 5 seasons ago. Huh? Like, oh my God, that's been so long ago. But it's so wild to think that it doesn't seem like that, right? Time flies. And this episode kind of reminds me of that. And he talks about all the things like fishing that they've done with them. And Natsume just can't believe it. But the thing is, he has a lot of muscle memory, so he does recall like where towels are and where things are. And then I love that he kind of calms down when he gets to the room with the fish reflection. I was really thinking that was going to be like what completed his memories, because he knows about the fish pond, if he was going to remember that, and he doesn't. But because him and Tanuma have been in that space and it's been such a place of tranquility, as soon as he gets in there, it's like he instantly calms. Like in the episode, he says, I feel lighter all of a sudden. Like as soon as he gets in there, it's like a big weight has been taken off of his shoulders, right? God, it's so good. He's like, I can't believe I'm really in high school. And Sensei's like, well, the Day Eater, we got to go find him. I like the concept of this yokai that rewards people or, pays them back by fixing something or making it younger or sharper or newer. And Natsume, of course, being an inquisitive little kid who's pretty smart, is like, if we talk to him, I could get to where I go back to normal. So he's going to go at first, but then Madara's like, no, the last thing we want is for somebody out in the woods to realize that you're a kid, not an adult, and attack you. So I'm going to go check things out. You are going to stay here with Tanuma and Taki. If you don't get back to normal, I can't go home and eat Toko's dinner. So this is urgent, right? I love when Taki like hugs Madara and says, I love you. Like, oh, it's so cute. And he looks back. Madara looks back as Natsume's sitting there waiting and watching him go. Madara will never admit that he's whipped, but he is. This episode all but confirms it, right? So they decide, he's like, well, what would Sensei have done with Natsume-kun? There isn't much we can do at times like these, but we can make curry or something. I love it. I love Tanuma has a game plan. Tanuma's like, Natsume's going to spend the night here. We got curry. It's all going to work out. And Taki's like, I'll help you with that. So, you know, I love that they just are the best friends. They're just so good. And then meanwhile, Madara goes looking for the yokai and he finds the pot. And that's when he smells the yokai and he can track him by scent. But yes, if you'd let that pothead alone, this would never happen. So then Madara's like, oh, well, the Book of Friends is mine now if I want it. That makes me feel a little better. But he's just joking. He really wants to go find Natsume. Oh, I love it. Madara's animated so well. This whole episode was just great from top to bottom. Just wonderful. I also like the little subtle hint that Tanuma does not cook a lot in his house because he's asking where the pot is and there's like 8 in front of him. So yeah, they're chopping onions, getting the curry ready. Natsume with the knife. Natsume with the potato and the giant knife. And Tanuma's like, you're scaring me. Let's use a peeler. Natsume looked kind of murderous with that potato and that giant blade. No, don't let Natsume get away with having that knife. That is terrifying. That shot right there. That shot is hilarious and horrifying. It's like Chucky. No, thank you. But yeah, they're having a great time making the curry, which they were going to hang out and have snacks and make food anyway. So it's like this inadvertently was happening, just not in the circumstance you would ever want. So, and then the two of them like bump into each other. So yeah, he's getting the pot out and he bumps into her and then knocks the pot over. And Natsume goes to get the towels. And of course, we can't have a nice episode where Natsume's like, are these really my friends? The things about the fishing and the festival, it sounds like a fairy tale. Taki got so sad when Natsume said that, when he's like, that all just sounds like it's make-believe. And she's like, no, we're your friends. And that did happen. So of course we can't have a normal episode of Natsume's Book and Friends without having some scary, creepy yokai. And these yokai at the window are pretty creepy. They can't come in, of course, because it's a shrine. Tanuma's family home is a shrine, and the yokai can't enter without permission. I like Natsume's instantly defensive, like, no, go away. I'm not going to let you yokai in. And, of course, since Natsume's like a little kid, they almost trick him to think that they're going to eat him, and that's why Madara ran away. And they're like, we'll take you away. Those two are laughing, and they're trying to trick you. And of course, what's crazy is that when Tanuma rounds the corner, he comes towards Natsume. But since Natsume's like a 5-year-old, Tanuma looks like he's towering over him. And that scares Natsume. And then he ends up bumping into Taki and runs away. And then, of course, every room he goes into has like the suit of armor, this creepy painting of yokai, all of the masks. Like, it's just all of these things related to exorcism and shrines and everything else. It just freaks Natsume out. And then he ends up in the room that calms him down, and that's the one with the reflection from the fish pond. Oh, and he's like, I'm sorry. And then Taki tries to lighten the mood, being like, you know, when I was a kid, I couldn't play tag. This is my first time getting to play tag in a house. And Tanuma's like, yeah, me too. And they just try to, like, lighten the mood, and that's when Natsume tells him about the yokai. He said that you were monsters trying to eat me. And she's like, oh, we could have curry, but while it's cooking, here are the cupcakes we were going to have tonight. Those cupcakes look amazing. That one with a cherry on top. That one looks like it's like a grape. That's interesting. She's like, you can have all of these. The curry will still need to stew for a while, so it's perfect timing. I bought them so we could eat them all when we hung out at your house. Aw. And he's like, you were going to hang out at my house? And they're like, yes, we both were. The home of the Fujiwara-san people that the cat was talking about. I like that it goes from the tanuki to the cat monster to the cat. Like, it slowly recedes a little bit as he gets more and more comfortable, right? He drops the guard, drops the defense a little bit as it goes. So then he says, what are they like, the Fujiwaras? And are they nice? They don't hate me. I feel like this is so important for Tanuma and Taki to see, because Natsume is so guarded and has been guarded throughout all 5 of these prior seasons, where we, the audience, get to see him open up. We, the audience, get to see him like be insecure and show his vulnerability. But when he's around Tanuma and Taki, he doesn't quite show that, right? Because he doesn't want them to worry about him. Here, they get to see what Natsume's deep down insecurities are, and as a little kid. And so it's so interesting for them to be able to see that and kind of know where he's coming from. And moving forward, I think that's going to be a big deal. And Tanuma's like, no, they're very nice people. They don't hate you. They care about you very much. Oh, and they care about you and Nyanko-sensei. And so then, yeah, Natsume's like, I feel like I can remember lots of things. But if I try, a lot of scary and painful things are going to come back too. And that, just him opening up and saying that, and Tanuma and Taki hearing him say it, is huge. And because they both are looking at him like, yeah, we know. You would never say this as a young adult, but this is exactly what we were wondering. I love it. He's like, are you my friends? And they're like, yes. Oh. He's like, both of you and that cat monster are yokai. And you're playing a prank on me. I know that if I don't think of things that way, I'm going to be disappointed. But it would be nice if it were true. If it were true, I'd like to go back to normal soon. I was like, they're not playing a prank on you, and they're not yokai. They are humans, and they do love you. And the fact that he just didn't think that was possible. Oh, my heart. Yeah. If I could go back, would I remember how we played together? And Tanuma saying, well, we'll remember. I was like, oh, you'll be able to tell him and just, and they'll remember that interaction and everything. Oh, my heart just soars. So come back soon, Natsume. So yeah, so then Madara finally confronts the Day Eater. And he's like, different people want to get old or to be younger. Do you know which Natsume-sama prefers? Yep. And the thing is, he just wants to go back to being normal, right? He's like, Tanuma and Taki are finishing the curry. He's like, well, you probably feel tired because the spell's reversing, and by sunset, it'll be gone. And I love that Madara's like, you're going to have to pay me back double. Madara's got like all these little scratches on him from where he's been roaming around all day. I love Natsume touches him and says, are you and I friends? That part is so cute. And Madara just, all he says is no. He hesitates for a long time. And then he says no. He says, we're just kind of stuck together. Oh, and that's his little cute face. That's so good. And then when he just curls up next to Madara, my heart. Oh my God, that was so freaking precious. And then Tanuma and Taki come in and Natsume's back to normal. The two of them. You know what? What a way to start out the season. And then you see like the stars. I like the ED a lot. I love the singer of the ED. The ED song is beautiful. But it's literally just Madara and Natsume and the stars. I love it. And seeing like the sunrise. I love that last season was like sunset and this is sunrise. I can't believe we're already into episode 1 of season 6, and this episode was like tearing at my heart, and I was like, no, I'm on 6 seasons of this. You're not going to easily make me cry, show. You're going to have to work for them tears. You're going to have to work to squeeze those tears out of these eyes. It's probably going to happen though. So I am super excited to hear everybody's thoughts down below with this episode. It was so good. What a great start to this season. And there's so much that they're doing with Natsume, with his character starting out, with Tanuma and Taki seeing the younger version of him. All of it was so amazing. So, all right. All right. Well, we have episode 2 next week, so I'm excited for that already. But first, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Please stay safe, take care, and yeah, I'll be back very soon with more Natsume's Book of Friends. Bye!